Hello, this is Thea Daniels with Raw Vlogcast, where we talk with real people who are authentic and they're willing to share their passions. Today, I have Vivian and Jim Strand. Hello.
Hello.
And what's really cool about them is they've been married for
51 years.
51 years. That is magic. And I wanted to share the world with these two. So what are your secrets? Maybe first we want to start with, how did you two meet and what was the magic that happened?
Well, we met in Ann Arbor, Michigan at the University of Michigan. Roommates of mine worked in the kitchen of her dormitory where she worked, and the guy brought some chicks back to our apartment one time, and that's how we met.
It wasn't instant magic. We were friends for a long time before the magic started to happen. And I think that's a grand foundation for a long-term relationship, is the friendship.
Starting out with the friendship,
Yep.
okay?
Yeah.
But we got married when we were 22, and I think that part of that is I'd never had a long-term relationship before that.
I'd had a bunch of short ones.
And so it's like, I think we were pretty unformed. We didn't have a long checklist of what the potential partner needed to have before we could be compatible.
So no expectations about
Well, I think a lot fewer than had we been older and had more experience with partnership. This was new. We went in, when we got married and did our vows, I fully expected that we would be married forever. Nothing else was even a remote possibility in our minds, I think.
Plus, our uncle was a priest who married us and added extra juice to the commitment. But,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was the extra juice?
well, just we grew up Catholic, and but in college we both sort of left the church. But the Catholic Church was such a huge part of both of our families that when you make a commitment, it has some extra. It's not just between two people. It's before God. And even though the religious side wasn't that important, the ritual and the commitment when we were, our commitment was as a couple, not like to each other so much, but we were committed to be a couple.
So there was you, there was Vivian, and the relationship you were committing to.
Well, yeah. That when times have been rough, through money problems or parenting problems or whatever.
Children.
There's these ups and downs, but if we're things that were difficult were. It didn't separate us. We were already partners, so we got to work at it together. We've walked out of the room on each other many a time, but the idea of you still have the growth opportunity that has to be dealt with when you're parenting or whatever. And, I think
I would say that there was a point when things were particularly difficult, and Jim said to me, "I'm here because I am committed to our commitment." And that's, at the moment, that was it. And we worked through whatever was going on, and
if we can get through these last couple of things, we'll be married a long time. But you're constantly peeling the onion, constantly. And the big thing for us was to let go of. If an argument started, we didn't talk about that last time you did something. The argument stayed more in the present moment than bringing up old stuff just for ammo, in the fight against.
yeah, we learned to fight clean, I think.
Clean,
And we still do. But I just want to say that throughout all the years, the thing that I appreciate most about him is he still makes me laugh every day.
Yeah. Oh,
He's a funny guy.
funny guy.
People who know Jim know that he's a funny guy. He makes
Hear
me
that,
laugh.
guys? Funny, sense of humor.
Well, sense of humor. I mean, there's something that we
Plus,
know.
I'm
we-
really smart, and he appreciates that about me.
And we're both good at crossword puzzles, and I'm better. But there's a lightheartedness that wasn't in our, that might have been in our relationship at the beginning, and then through the times of bringing up kids and whatever financial things we might have had, or job changes, or whatever illness. We've been real fortunate, trauma-wise, that we haven't been stressed like a lot of people we know. But what?
I love that lightheartedness. So you'd
Oh.
say that having that sweet love, sense of humor.
Well, we see funny stuff, in the midst
Lots of things are funny, right?
Yeah, and in the midst of feeling crummy, it doesn't mean that something humorous or lighthearted can't be a part of dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were just at this memorial for Reverend Jeff, and I can see something funny in the fact that we went whitewater rafting, and we wouldn't have done it had Jeff not died. And there's something like, wow, well, this is a lovely parting gift. That they can be, the big things can be taken with humor, not as a distraction, but as an appreciation. You can kind of let go, lay the burden down, and just appreciate the gift as it happens. And so,
And you got to be in charge of the boat for a little while.
I did. Somebody trusted me.
list. Bucket list,
And I
yeah.
asked for it. I asked, and he did it. But if had I not asked, the whole trip would have been different, because I would have wished the whole time that I had asked, or at the end I could have said, "Hey, would it have been okay if I did that?" And he would have said, "Sure," and I would go, "Oh,
man."
So anyhow, so we asked, we communicate, we can bring it up, and it doesn't, I don't know.
Well, we communicate, yes, and we don't say everything that's in our minds. There's a technique to kindness and compassion and respect. You don't have to say everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes we do, and so. But I just want to share one thing, because this is one of the sweetest things through all our years together, is standing at the bathroom mirror, brushing our teeth at night, looking together, same time, standing in the mirror, brush your teeth, honey. And probably about 15 years ago, maybe more, I don't know, we started laughing, doing that, looking at each other and thinking, God, wouldn't it be cool if we had a picture of us doing this like every year of our marriage? Well, we don't have any. I mean, it's all in here. But how we've changed, I mean, I was a week out of college when we got married, We were babies
I used to be this tall.
and had a lot of curly, dark hair.
Now you two have rivaling ponytails
Yes.
of beautiful silver hair.
Anyhow.
Yes.
But the idea of lightheartedness, it's we've honed it to a skill, because one person can be wanting to be serious about a situation, and there's a timing to it that can help or can be in the way. Not making light of something, but being, as long as we're working on this together, why can't we laugh or sing or something?
And sometimes the best thing in the midst of whatever's going on is just taking a hug break. We learned that a long time ago from some very wise people, and it's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
If we're fighting and somebody says hug break,
You have to hug.
you have to stop whatever's happening and really hug. I don't just mean like that.
You can't not hug. That's
Yeah.
the rules. It also worked when we said, you have to change the baby. And whoever said it first. Called it. But, yeah,
That's
and we when we have a cup of coffee or a drink together, it's cheers, and we look at each other in the eyes and we say cheers on purpose. It's
You look at each other in the eyes.
well, when you, I mean, that's traditionally in Europe, in England, where my brother lived for a while, and written, you don't just talk to somebody else while you say cheers around a table. You do cheers and you look at each
You
person
make eye
as you're,
contact.
yeah. And again, this has developed over the years. It's not like everything was smooth, but we've maintained a pretty solid thread through it all.
And you know, we're just blessed. There's luck in this, or whatever you want to call it. You know, I really do believe we've had it easier than a whole lot of couples, and I'm so grateful for that.
You filled this whole vlogcast up with gems and special things that I'm going to have fun digging up and out and sharing. But is there anything from here forward, perhaps, that you would like to share?
You know, well, this is kind of weird, but we were like laying in bed holding each other, and he just turned 74, I'm 73. You know, I think I've got another good 20 years. He has outlived everybody in his family by many years. So we just don't know what the future holds. And I was just thinking, this is what I'm gonna miss, is the touching, the holding, you know? So as long as we've got, we're gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
Lots of
And we like doing new things, and we've been sort of in a, well, the COVID thing, just staying home more and staying home in our crowded house has, you know, it's put an edge on some things, the cabin fever kind of thing. And so every time we see a picture of redwood trees up north or something like that, you know, we start thinking about going places. And so just we're committed to getting, even if it's not long vacations, that take long weekends and go new
Yeah.
places, experience
Before
new
we're
things
too old
together.
to hike,
Yeah,
or paddle a boat, you know, keep it going.
yeah.
And I want to add that we are at New Vintage Church, where they are volunteering service together, cooking food for people that need it.
Jim is, I'm just along for the ride today.
Along for the ride.
Anyhow, yeah, and we've done lots of things separately in our own marriage, which has been really good. That we learned early on to not drag each other to an event that they didn't want to go to, because then neither person has any fun there. So that being the case, we've had fresh stuff to bring home as interesting experiences,
Yeah.
and both of us have said, "Well, I'm glad I didn't go." You know, there's wisdom in there besides just a healthy practice. You know.
And speaking of practice, one thing that we have been committed to for 35 years is doing a monthly peace meditation. We've been doing it on Zoom now for 16 or 18 months. But the last day of every month for 35 years, we have facilitated a meditation for world peace.
Through the
That
church.
through our spiritual center, and that is a very unifying activity.
Yes, it is. Aren't these two just awesome? Thank you guys so much
Well, thank
for
you,
sharing with
Thea.
us.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure. So, and there was a stretch of time when we overthought that, you know, tried to plan, and we've really let go of the stressing about stuff, and just sort of going, you know, if we forget something, we can make it work when we're on a trip or something.
Isn't that a gift?
Yes,
Of
it
getting
is.
older.
It is
For all
a
of you young
sweet
folks.
thing about aging. Yes.
Yes. Well, you two, that is a beautiful way to wrap it up. Thank you very much.
Our pleasure.
Do I have permission to let the world know all about this?
If it'll help, sure. We're here to help.
Yes.
This will help, absolutely. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thea.